So today we're going to be talking about the man behind the most popular social media platform on earth that boasts of a bone-chilling 1 billion monthly users. Yes, that right. I'm talking none other than the famous Mark Zuckerberg. An accidental billionaire, Mark Elliott Zuckerberg, popularly known as Mark Zuckerberg, is the brain behind the popular social networking site Facebook that has the entire world hooked to it. A computer programmer and an internet entrepreneur, Zuckerberg is the chief executive and president of Facebook. In 2004, it was co-founded as a private company by him and classmates Dustin Moskowitz, Eduardo Severin, and Chris Hughes while they were students at the Harvard University. In 2010, Zuckerberg was named Time Magazine's Person of the Year. As of 2011, his personal wealth was estimated to be US dollars of 13.5 billion. Born on May 14th of 1984 in White Plains, New York, into a comfortable, well-educated family, his father, Edward Zuckerberg, ran a dental practice attached to the family's home, while his mother, Karen, worked as a psychiatrist. Since his childhood, Zuckerberg showed signs of intelligence and a special interest in programming. In his spare time, he developed different kinds of computer programs with a particular emphasis on communication channels. In February of 2004, he started the Facebook, which took the goals of those lowercase traditional Facebooks and combined them with the social networking of MySpace like sites. Unlike FaceMash, the Facebook was opt-in. Any Harvard student could create an account, and by the end of the month, more than half of the undergraduates had done so. Zuckerberg expanded the service quickly, offering it to all Ivy League schools by the end of the spring and more schools the following semester. The Wirehawk site was created as a companion file sharing site for Facebook users, and by the end of 2004, the Facebook had over 1 million registered users. The advertising revenue made it easier to raise venture capital, and Zuckerberg and his associates purchased the Facebook.com domain from its previous holder and dropped the from the site's name, which was the suggestion by Sean Parker. Over time, Facebook became more and more inclusive, opening its doors to all college students, faculty members, and alumni, and in 2006 added networks for high school students. Since the fall of 2006, the site has been open to anyone who wishes to join a shift away from the student centric origins, which many users have decried. At the age of 12, he used Atari Basic to create a messaging program he named ZuckNet. His father used the program in his dental office so that the receptionist could inform him of a new patient without yelling. The family also used ZuckNet to communicate within the house. Together with his friends, he also created many computer games. A born prodigy, Zuckerberg later studied at Phillips Exeter Academy, an exclusive preparatory school in New Hampshire. He excelled in literature, earning a diploma in classics, but his fascination with computers remained intact and he continued to work on developing new programs. In high school, he created an early version of the music software Pandora, which he called Synapse. Several companies, including AOL and Microsoft, expressed an interest in buying the software and hiring the teenager before graduation. He declined the offers. After graduating from Exeter in 2002, Zuckerberg enrolled at Harvard University. It was the first time it was at that time that he built a program called Course Match, which helped students choose their classes based on the course selections of other users. He also invented Face Match, which compared the pictures of two students on campus and allowed users to vote on which one was more attractive. Obviously, the program became a rage but was later scrapped after it was deemed inappropriate. Marveling at his revolutionizing projects, three of his fellow students, Divya Narendra and twins Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, sought him out to work on an idea for a social networking site they called Harvard Connection. This site was meant to use information from Harvard student networks in order to create a dating site for the Harvard elite. Zuckerberg gave a nod to the idea but soon backed out to work on his own social networking site with his friends Dustin Moskowitz, Chris Hughes, and Eduardo Severin, Eduardo being his best friend. He was inspired in creating Facebook by the student yearbook from his time spent at Phillips Exeter Academy. And that is when the real story began, the story of Facebook in Zuckerberg's dorm room shared with his co founders. In the initial stages of development, the site catered only to the students at Harvard, but Zuckerberg and his companions saw the potential for it to become increasingly widespread and make it available to other students. Finally, they created a site that allowed users to create their own profiles, upload photos, and communicate with other users. The group ran the site first called the Facebook Out of Dorm Room at Harvard until June 2004. After this, Zuckerberg dropped out of college to devote himself to Facebook full time, moving the company to Palo Alto, California. By the end of 2004, Facebook had 1 million users. In 2005, Zuckerberg's enterprise received a huge boost from the venture capital from ASL Partners. ASL invested US dollars of 12.7 million to the network, which at the time was open only to Ivy League students. Zuckerberg's company then granted access to other colleges, high school, and international schools, pushing the site's membership to more than 5.5 million users by the end of 2005. The site then began attracting the interest of other companies who wanted to advertise with the popular social hub. Still not willing to sell out, Zuckerberg kept turning companies such as Yahoo and MTV Networks. Instead, he focused on expanding the site, opening up his project to outside developers and adding more attractive features. As it said, that you don't make 500 million friends without making a few enemies, and in 2006, the business mogul faced his first big hurdle. The creators of Harvard Connection claimed that Zuckerberg stole their idea and insisted the software developer needed to pay for their business losses. However, Zuckerberg maintained that the ideas were based on two different types of social networks. In 2007, Mark set up Facebook Platform, something which enables social applications to be created within Facebook and therefore hosts great apparel to developers. Recent statistics show that there are 800,000 active developers using this spin off service worldwide. Zuckerberg received another jolt when the 2009 book The Accidental Billionaires by writer Ben Mesrich hit stores. Mesrich was heavily criticized for his retelling of Zuckerberg's story. Regardless of how true to life the story was, Mesrich managed to sell the rights of the table to screenwriter Aaron Sorkin, and the critically acclaimed film, The Social Network, starring Jesse Eisenberg, Andrew Garfield, and Justin Timberlake, went on to receive 8 Academy Award nominations. Zuckerberg objected strongly to the film's narrative and later said that many of the details in the film were inaccurate. Basking in his newfound success, Zuckerberg found the startup Education Foundation. On September 22nd of 2010, it was reported that Zuckerberg had arranged to donate $100 million to Newark public schools, the public school system of Newark, New Jersey. In the same year, he, along with the Microsoft founder Bill Gates and investor Warren Buffett, signed a promise they called the Giving Pledge, in which they promised to donate to charity at least half of their wealth over the course of time, and invited others among the wealthy to donate 50% or more of their wealth to charity. At 27, Zuckerberg has already achieved what many would be more than satisfied with in a lifetime in little over a quarter of the century, but the regular improvements and changes he makes to the website has succeeded where others failed, such as connecting the world almost seamlessly. Such is the case that today nothing is complete without associating one with Facebook. Zuckerberg has not even reached his 30th birthday and is only in the early days of his success story. It looks as years from now his biography will be looked upon as a defining moment in social networking and entrepreneurship history. Zuckerberg lives a modest rented home in Palo Alto, California, with his girlfriend, Chan. In 2011, they changed their status in their respective sites to in a relationship, and many fans like this. Zuckerberg and Priscilla Chan announced their first child, Maxima Chan Zuckerberg, on December 1st of 2015. On the 28th of August, they announced that their second daughter, August Chan Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg and Priscilla Chan have pledged 99% of their share in Facebook, which is worth about 46 billion, to help humanity through the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. So there you have it. How Mark Zuckerberg went from being just a college nerd in love with programming to a guy who owns houses worth over 7 million. This is it for today. What do you think about the success story of Mark Zuckerberg? Let us know in the comment box. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.